Meghan and Prince Harry are set to visit Vancouver Island in February for several celebrations leading up to the Invictus Games. However, a recent development has stirred some controversy. Meghan is reported to have sent an email to Canadian officials with demands that some are finding excessive, sparking significant displeasure among authorities in Canada. To give some background, the Invictus Games is an esteemed international event initiated by Prince Harry in 2014, aimed at supporting wounded and military personnel through sports. Originally postponed due to the pandemic, the Vancouver/Whistler Games are eagerly anticipated to occur from April 9 to 16, 2022. As prominent figures and supporters of the event, Harry and Meghan's visit in late February is intended to herald the commencement of the Games. Yet, the buzz around their visit has taken a contentious turn. Reports suggest Meghan's communication with Canadian officials included requests that have been deemed over-the-top and presumptuous, leaving officials less than pleased. This incident has cast a shadow over the forthcoming visit, intended to spotlight the Invictus Games and its noble cause. They recently traveled to Netherlands for similar events. However, behind closed doors, the couple's visit has turned into a PR nightmare for Canadian officials. That's because it's been revealed Meghan allegedly sent an email in early January outlining her and Harry's extensive list of demands related to transportation, accommodations, security, and other perks for their high-profile trip. But sources say Meghan's requests were nothing short of outrageous and tone-deaf. Some of the more offensive requests included a fleet of luxury SUVs and limousines for personal transportation at all times, exclusive use of a private jet to fly between various Canadian cities, a 1,000,000 budget for their hotel suites and security protection, VIP treatment at all events including front row seating, meal budgets of over $250,000 for gourmet catering at their appearances. This outrageous email certainly did not go over well with Canadian organizers. One insider said, "We couldn't believe the sheer arrogance and entitlement. Most volunteers work for free to put on these important games. Overly lavish expectations are understandable from royals typically, but for an ostensibly low-key visit celebrating veterans?" According to sources, Canadian officials were extremely angered that Meghan appeared to prioritize luxurious privileges over honoring heroes. This also raised doubts about the Sussexes' non-profit ambitions, as it seemed that their focus was on a lavish lifestyle rather than meaningful causes. This is not the most favorable image as they strive to establish their independence after leaving the royal family. Despite efforts from Harry's team to smooth things over, it seems that Canadians have made it clear that their visit must adhere to strict budgets and protocols, or they will not be welcomed. Taxpayers are unwilling to fund extravagant behavior, even for members of the royal family. Consequently, there are reports that Canadian organizers have scaled back the couple's itinerary to focus solely on no-frills military commemorations with minimal promotional elements. In direct response to Meghan's self-centered demands in the email, some have questioned whether the true motive behind their Invictus trip is self-promotion rather than showing genuine support. However, pushing for excessive financial requests has backfired significantly. It implies that Meghan still believed she is entitled to prioritize herself over causes like veterans, even after stepping away from royal duties. Canada certainly appears to have regretted extending the invitation, and they are no longer willing to tolerate being taken advantage of. It's evident that royal privileges hold less sway abroad, and while no country can deny diplomatic visits from royalty, Canada has made it clear that they will not serve as a private source of funding for the Sussexes' extravagant lifestyle. If accurate reports about these excessive demands are indeed true, it is indeed concerning. Common sense and decorum seem to have been lost when an expectation of lavish treatment takes precedence over honoring heroes. Meghan may still view herself as an A-list celebrity entitled to indulgence, rather than fully embracing her role in supporting important causes. Demanding excess from taxpayers, especially when celebrating veterans, can seriously damage their image and nonprofit goals abroad. Advocacy with dignity often requires humility, not demands. Public figures are expected to represent citizens, not act entitled to funds meant for community support. This controversy may indeed be a turning point that leaves Canadians with a sour impression of Meghan if she cannot check her ego. Whether the cancellation was justified or if Meghan is receiving unfair treatment is a matter of opinion, but it is clear that the situation has raised serious concerns and prompted strong reactions from the public.